Welcome back to the News You Can Use Live. We had a little technical difficulties, but this is episode two, part two. Shout out to Vlad TV. Shout out to Dr. Stephen Greer. Let's go.
Are you familiar with the term cognitive dissonance?
Yeah.
Now, some people have accused people like you of cognitive dissonance in the terms of this. Like, we understand that within this solar system, there are no aliens,
There
right?
are no innate ones that
that we know of. You go to any other planet, we've looked at Mars, Pluto, there's probably no life, Saturn, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if there are aliens, they are from very far away. And even at light speed travel, they would die on their way here. So a concept that you use yourself is that they travel interdimensionally, meaning that they don't travel the way that other physics objects in physics travel.
Right.
They travel through a different means. Could someone say, well, that's just cognitive dissonance? You're just creating since science doesn't support what you're implying, you create a whole new type of science that can't necessarily be proven.
No, everything I'm saying it has been proven, is proven. And by the way, I always say these are TDIS. It's trans-dimensional interstellar. So you're not going to go in a straight line. You can't go the speed of light and stay linear. You have to drop out of linear space-time. It's like an Einstein-Rosen bridge, if you look that up, or instead of it being a straight line, you're from here to here, look at it as a plane, a 1 point, 2 points. You take it like a piece of paper and fold it. So it's right here. So it's folding space-time. And that's the gravitational wave effect. And then you have that ability. Now, just because it's not being taught in my...
this concept, is like A Wrinkle in Time, Narnia, right? Where they actually take time, and instead of a straight line, you kind of jumble the line together so you can jump.
But that's the whole point of the conscious quantum holographic universe. If you read the studies on quantum holography, every point in time, this is quantum entanglement. Every point in time and space is connected to each other. Now, that's been proven scientifically on the particle level. What we're talking about, civilizations advanced enough to do it on the macro level, a spacecraft full of people or whatever. And now, the fact that it doesn't comport with the textbooks on physics at MIT, so what? We're like one half the step out of the jungle scientifically as a species. A couple hundred years ago, we had what? Nothing. Horses and buggies. So, and you're talking about a universe is, 15 billion years old or something. So I think that this gets into this whole discussion of not everything that can be known is known in the conventional scientific world. In fact, I'd say almost everything we don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. It's just this huge vastness. But certainly when you're dealing with civilization, and we can prove those are here because we have the bodies and the craft and all the stuff. Well, how they get here? Well, they're not using the space shuttle, and they're not using SpaceX and a rocket. They're not. So then what are they using? That's the technology we're talking about. And it's been studied and developed. I think that this is a big, I always call this the big peace dividend down the road. Phase one of disclosing this will be the energy technologies that are just get rid of poverty and the damage we're doing to the biosphere and the oceans. Step two, once we have something resembling a peaceful civilization, what Michikaku calls a level one civilization, where we're not killing each other and destroying the biosphere. Once we become stable from that point of view, and we're no longer just killing each other over nonsense like we are now all over the world, then we can bring out the things that fly. So you'll be able to go from here to Paris in 3 or 4 minutes. And that'd be cool. Go there for lunch, come back. That's totally doable. It's already with technologies that exist. But you can't let that out now. Because if you let that out now, it's a missile delivery system for every terrorist in Mogadishu.
Well,
right?
If you go from...
There has to be a process.
Yeah. If you can go from here to Paris in a couple of minutes, that means you could travel to Mars in, a couple hours maybe?
About, oh, yeah. Well, really, when you
30
ramp these
minutes,
things
man.
up, about 30 seconds. That's what the band, 30
Yeah.
seconds to Mars. I gave a talk
Mars.
a long time ago about getting to Mars in 30 seconds. So,
Right.
so yeah, but
Which
see,
means
that's
that you
something.
could actually reach other planets that have Earth-like environments
We haven't been allowed
in a
to.
human lifetime.
Yes. Oh, it the next day or
Yeah.
a couple of days. But the reason we're not allowed to do that at this point is that the extraterrestrial civilizations don't want us out there too far until we become civilized. Now people say,
But
"Oh,
they
we
have
are
us on a
civilized." I
short-
said, "We're not civilized. Come to my ER on a Saturday night if you think
So
you're
what you're saying
civilized."
is the aliens have human civilization on a short leash.
They're watching what we do to see if we actually make it through this transition.
Okay.
Now, there are civilizations that have never made it through this transition and make themselves extinct because of their foolishness. And
We might be one of them.
we may be. Well, this is to be determined,
We're
my friend.
well on our way to that.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's like when Colonel Bearden said, "Now, don't get me wrong." He's from Louisiana, highest IQ, one of the highest IQ guys I ever met. He said, "Now, don't get me wrong. The fools may blow it yet." It's a great interview with Colonel Bearden. It's in our archive. Brilliant guy, absolutely brilliant. Physics, and he had been a lieutenant colonel Army. Knew about all the new energy, free energy stuff. It was just a genius. But I think that is the big question. So it is sort of an existential question and crisis. The only way, here's sort of the bottom line on that. The only way we can go forward and have a society here is that we become peaceful. And we can't go out into space and be a bunch of warmongering fools either. So that's why we need a space treaty. We need a treaty that says we're not going to put weapons out in space. We're not going to target these ET assets. We're going to stand those systems down. We're going to do an official CE5 ambassador outreach to these civilizations. So instead of shooting them out of the skies and hijacking them and shooting them, we're going to create a global rapprochement and peaceful approach to them, which is what should have happened in the 50s. Eisenhower wanted that to happen. He got subverted. This is why no president has control over those covert programs since Eisenhower, since about 56, 57, 58.
That's crazy. So interstellar travel. You can go to Mars in 30 seconds, man. How many of y'all believe that? Jump in the comments. Let me know if y'all believe that, man. It's a little far-fetched, but yeah. Let's go into
It's been going around for a while now
responses,
that you and the guys you was with attacked your. Can you give me the backstory behind that?
Well, first of all, he wasn't on stage. And I was at the 5 Awards. I just had parole from prison. And while he was accepting this award, Quincy was up there talking. As he was talking, he was like, well, getting the details, saying he was a producer and whatnot. And Andre was sitting there with his family, with his wife and whatnot. And somebody came up to him, and when they shined the light on him, they was like, well, this person gonna get this award, and they, shined the light on him and got everybody's attention. He got socked about 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And the Yellow Jackets came and grabbed him and pretty much handcuffed him and took him out of there. At that point, all those dudes and all those tough guys there told the police on him. Police came and like they was gonna take me to jail. I'm already on parole, So on that Monday, my PO called me in, and that changed my parole conditions. The reason why it was really bad they changed my parole conditions because we had some unfinished business. Like on my publishers at Time Warner, they recruit publishing that it wasn't his publishing. And I couldn't deal with the situation because when they made it one of my parole conditions, if myself or a lawyer or anybody know me, talk to him or anybody that know him, I get a year violation, a bullet. And it makes sense to me. So I was telling my parole officer, like, hey, he's not a baby mother. He's not a battered woman. How is all this coming at me like this? But it did. That just show you this deck is always stacked against a real one, you know?
And I know when I interviewed Ali Adam, he told me that when you got shot in Miami, that was the reason why, because of what you did at the Vibe Awards. And Quincy Jones, he was behind that. So, you know, they felt a type of way about that.
Suge about to come to Miami. Bah! Boy, Suge in Miami in the Red Room Shore Club, a 5-star hotel, but basically know how to swing around there. Kanye West party, you know? And you know, him and Petey Pablo there. I talked to Petey Pablo like 2 weeks after that. And you know what I'm saying, walked around. When I walked around, I saw Jim Jones and Chrissy. I'm like, hey man, y'all go ahead. Chrissy damn near G'd up. She could just tell by my look, man, go ahead, man. She like, babe, let's go. He like, man, let's go. Chrissy, take him and go. So, you know, walk around, hit Suge in the little thigh, ain't nothing. Take a little picture, go home, you know, he yell, ah! And I'm like, listen to this fat bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, I don't know him, obviously he know me. And shit, if he shot me, more power to him. But I just say this. Well, one, I don't know him. Two, I don't know why he's saying that, but guess I gotta say, either I'm just blessed by God or I'm just blessed it was a coward. Because I heard people talk about that. But in Miami, I never seen who shot me because nobody came up and shot me. Somebody fired a shot, and I got shot in the legs, you know. And then when I turned around, they was running. So I wouldn't have, you know. Well, good thing about it, at least he was a coward. Because me, if I'm going to shoot somebody, I'm going to be real personal with it. I'm going to have blood on my face or somewhere. It ain't going to be my blood. But, you know, that makes him feel good about himself. I can't say everybody got a position somewhere. Losing money like I usually be in Miami. Went to the short club. Went to the short club. When they see me coming in, all the police came out and told me I can't bring no guns in there and search me and search my home. And once we got in there, you know, just a little moving around and done different, you know, same old shit. And shit, that's basically it. Nobody came and approached me. Nobody came around. I know I was talking to somebody. And gunshot went off. I got hit like in the leg, in the back of my leg. I turned around and everybody was running. But the crazy thing about that, the police came and handcuffed me. I was like, is that right? So it took like an hour.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And another hour or so to get to the hospital. But all in all, they tried to sue me. All in all, they wrote some crazy letters. The people who own the short club, they was like, well, we glad he got shot because he a Crip. That nigga's a Crip. That's all that nigga is, a gangbanging Crip, and we glad he got shot. And the crazy thing about this when it happened, I had to be really in the dark because instead of me getting mad at the fact that these white people called me a nigga, I was more mad at the fact that they called me a Crip, which is stupid. You know, I was like, they called me a Crip. I ain't no Crip, right? I should have been mad because they called me a nigga. So, the dude owned a short club and the model chick, they some racists. Some real cold racists. And They brought Kanye in it because it was Kanye party.
Nephew.
And then they was like asking Kanye, do he know what good music is? He in the oath. He said he never heard of that. And so I get on the white people and was like, hey, don't be the lawyer basically. Don't be trying to harass Kanye. Leave it alone. So all in all, it's a whole bunch of racist people. All in all, if somebody can shoot me, and the police give them a medal, an honor, they cigars, I understand. Only when it comes to me. Only in America. That's that, you know? I don't know no bitch ass nigga named Ali Allen.
Add that to my
But
charge. And then how much
I'm quite sure we're gonna have a conversation as soon as I'm home. But the Bible Wars was in my house. That motherfucker was in the Bible Wars was in the West Coast, on the West Coast. I think a few East Coast dudes tried to put that on. I put that on.
busy right now?
I was fresh out on parole. And Quincy Jones was giving Andre an award. While he was giving him an award, they stopped everything and shined the light on Andre. He was there with his wife and his family and whatever. All thing I know is this. Somebody went over there and socked
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Somebody went over there and socked on him about 5 or 6, 7 times. And the Yellow Coast security had to get him off of him. I know this. That same night, Snoop was there too. He ran away from Dre, not towards Dre. So I don't think they're as tight as they say they are. Because he watched the man get whooped on. After that, they told the police on me. They sent the video to my parole officer. They made it one of my parole conditions. If I be any way around Andre, I'm going to jail, getting a violation, and going to prison. I couldn't talk to nobody that he knows or I get a violation.
Man, they shook words. Y'all heard it, man. Let's get into this huge mistake, Yellow Beezy.
Yellow Beezy has been arrested for the murder of Mo 3
Shout out
about
to
2 hours ago.
Oh,
These
I'm
folks
not
ain't
only
playing with
that,
Yellow Beezy,
this
man. They
content,
put him belt to
I'm just
behind. They
giving
gave him
that.
capital murder.
Dude,
They believe
so
his
fast,
role in
man.
Mo 3's death was he's the bag man. He put the bag up. Dallas police is about 4 years late. I was doing videos 4 years ago telling Dallas police that Yellow Beezy paid this dusty termite on your left, Keywan White, to kill Yellow Beezy. Now, they are apparently being serious now, and they finally listen to us. You know these folks about to put you under the jail when they start using words like remuneration. Cool. Yo, listen, usually they just say, hey, bro, compensation. Now, they using words we ain't never heard before, bro. They want to put you under the jail. So the document says the grand jury of Dallas County, state of Texas, duly organized at the January term, AD 25 of the Criminal District Court. You know, bro, you get the picture, all right? That Marquise Conway, Yellow Beezy, hereinafter called defendant on or about the 11th day of November 2020 in the county of Dallas, state of Texas, did and very intentionally and knowingly caused the death of Mo 3, an individual hereinafter called deceased, by employing Keywan White to murder the deceased for compensation and the promise of compensation, namely United States currency for defendant, and pursuant to said agreement, Keywan White did then and there intentionally and knowingly cause the death of the said deceased by shooting deceased with a firearm, a deadly weapon. First off, I don't even want to make it sound like I'm celebrating because, yo, this is just an unfortunate situation. Both people essentially have lost their life because, no, I don't think Yellow Beezy is beating this case. He's cooked. He's toast. But this is unfortunate.
Super unfortunate that 2 black men over music or whatever the situation was would take it to that level.
Or like 48 hours after Mo 3 passed away, I think like 8 people passed away.
It is a map that marks sparks the madness of murder and mayhem. Over a 48-hour period, 6 identified Dallas locations, 8 people dead. But this afternoon, DPD Chief Renee Hall called it an alarming increase in the city's homicide rate and described why.
In truth, I'll tell you, like many other cities, we're in the midst of a perfect storm of events, fueled by anger, irresponsibility, the trials of a pandemic, and most of all, people using guns and violence to solve their problems.
Chief Hall confirming today the brazen murder of rapper Mo 3 on the Dallas freeway last week has set off a series of violent shootings now being investigated by the Dallas Police Department and the FBI.
Since his death, we've had some
Super unfortunate. And I'm just looking at my timeline, like, you know, my timeline is usually a little more inspirational. So let's move on. That's a tragic situation. RIP Mo 3. Free Yellow Beezy. Let's keep it pushing. That's what it look like right now, though, man. Well, let's get into that big sir guy. Don't walk away one time. Can we do that?
I just can't walk away from it, man. I just can't walk away. Can't walk away from the set, cause the hood need me. Pulled up, jumped out, no Chris Breezy with the 40 on my lap. I had to go and beat him. These niggas think I'm Pac-Man, tell a bitch to eat me. Pull up in the beamer, screaming in the Jeep. I can do this in my sleep. A lot of niggas creep, a lot of bitches freaks, but they fucking with the pimp because they see it every week. Nigga, I'm the realest. Fuck how you been feeling, getting high in the bitch, nigga smoking the ceiling. You gon' know I'm in the building. You can smell the trees, cause I'm smoking on that weed. You can call gasoline. Bitch, that's 91. You ain't got a choice. From my city, bitch, I'm really the voice. Compton on my back, Compton on my hat. Fly had your bitch on my lap. I can make them ass cheese clap. Nigga, that's a fact. I'm a motherfucking Mac. Tryna make a stack. Move it by the back, then I move it by the L. Niggas acting like they with it. No, a nigga flies hell. Jumping out like a nigga got a wide cell. She fucking with the realest cause she know that I can tell. These niggas hella fake. I see them hella
5 ways to promote your music. Let's look that up. Let's jump into some positive.
Boy Eldre back with another video, and today we got another music marketing kind of video. So if this is your first time seeing me, if it's your first time stumbling across the channel, make sure you go check out, I have a music marketing playlist on my channel, so you're not just sitting here like, who is this guy, why should I even listen to him? I've done videos super transparent of like exactly how I got to 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify. I've been doing this music stuff for a while, so yeah, definitely go check out the rest of my stuff if you're skeptical of my credibility and whatnot. So as the title of the video states, we're going to be doing 5 ways to promote your music like the labels do, but without the label budget. You know what I'm saying? We're independent. We might not have like $50,000 to promote a single, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've learned a lot. I've been a do-it-yourself kind of guy. I'm still independent. I pretty much taught myself how to do everything you see me do now. Let me just give you the rundown on some ways that I've been able to reach all this success, avoiding having to, be signed to a label. So without further ado, let's get into it. So number 1, this should be obvious, but I cannot stress it enough. You have to be on every single social media platform. What I really mean by that is don't ever feel like you're too cool to be on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? That is a really big thing right now. A lot of people are split. They think TikTok is dumb, so they're not going to utilize it as a tool to promote their music, even though they've seen how much success comes from it. I mean, look at me. Like, I blew up on TikTok, and now I've got my own house, own studio, all this kind of crazy stuff. I owe a lot of that to TikTok, really. But besides TikTok, because TikTok, the algorithm is crazy. You can get 1 million views overnight, and then your next video can get 1,000 views overnight or 500 views overnight. You want to build a foundation on every single social media platform. You just want to make sure if your song flops on TikTok, maybe it could pop off on YouTube, or maybe it could pop off on Instagram, maybe it could pop off on Twitter. So you don't want to rely on one social media to basically give you everything you need. You know what I'm saying? For instance, like my married life flip, it didn't go viral on TikTok, but I posted it on Twitter randomly, and it went super viral on Twitter. Next thing you know, I was on Complex and Rap Genius and stuff like that. So even the YouTube algorithm, sometimes a song might flop on TikTok, and next thing you know, YouTube just decides to recommend that song to hundreds of thousands of people. So now it has 1 million views on YouTube and 100,000 on TikTok or something like that. But at the end of the day, all my social media platforms are directing right back to my Spotify, Apple Music, and all that. Number 2, utilize free tools. Utilize all the free tools possible. For instance, I did a YouTube video on how to make your own cover art. And basically, with that, you know, there's free apps to make your own cover art. There's websites like Unsplash where you have royalty-free photos that you can use and turn into artwork. And shout out to the channel sponsor, DistroKid. If you're distributing your music with DistroKid, sure, yeah, it's not a free tool because you do have to pay $20 a year or something like that, $20-$30 a year. But DistroKid happens to have a ton of free tools to promote your music, almost on the scale of a label. Real quick, we can dive in because they've updated a lot of this. Some people, if you're already signed up, you might not even know. If you haven't signed up, you might want to sign up right after this. The link is in the description, by the way, if you want a discount when you sign up. But let me show you some of the goodies they have on DistroKid for free. All right, so this is DistroKid. As you can see, they got this new little goodies section. You know, there's a bunch of new stuff. Get heard now, promote yourself, special access, enhance your music, protect your music, helpful when needed. What we're talking about right now is promote yourself. So obviously, if you have DistroKid, you already know they have hyperfollow. So with the hyperfollow, it's going to list all the links to your song, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, whatever it may be. Give it in one link, and then boom, you're good to go, free with DistroKid. Another one, mini videos. I really like this one. This one's cool. Basically, there's all these funny little animations that you can use to make your video. Let's see, Tube Man, pick a song. What's our latest song? Boom, Wacky Maven, blah blah blah. You can pick whatever, blah blah blah. Generate mini videos.
Yeah, DistroKid is a dope platform to use. I use DistroKid. He is totally correct. It is a great place to promote yourself. Yeah, so many different ways you can promote yourself. I definitely advise that you use it.
Yoda, boom, same thing. You pick a song and it does this little Baby Yoda thing. I already did one. Here it is for Adventure Time. You know what I'm saying? We're making memes. So DistroKid can do all that kind of stuff for you now. Like I said, they have a bunch of different ones. So those are some of my favorite things in there video-wise, but they also have another cool thing called promo cards. Generate promo cards. Done. Look at this. Look at these. Download. Boom. Take that, post it on your story to promote your new song. So yeah, bottom line is make sure you utilize all the free things that are within DistroKid. And there's way more than that I don't even have time to cover in this video. And like I said, if you haven't signed up for DistroKid, use my affiliate link in the description. It'll help out the channel and you'll also get a discount. So hey, win-win. All right, number 3 to follow that one is learn how to do things yourself. You know, the main thing labels do have over us is their money and their resources. You know what I'm saying? So not only,
but the main thing you have is your time and your resources.
Maybe they already have people on their teams that are getting a salary to do all this kind of stuff. You never know. So if you're going the independent route and you're not making much money off your stuff, then you're definitely going to have to learn how to do things yourself. Me personally, I kind of grew up doing photography and film. So I kind of always knew how to use Photoshop and how to use video editing softwares like iMovie, Final Cut, and all that kind of stuff. You know, if you don't have that much experience with it, you're gonna have to learn how to make videos, how to edit photos. There's millions of YouTube videos teaching you how to do literally anything you need to know how to do, so don't worry about that. But if you do have some money and you do prefer some kind of structure, you know, there's a bunch of websites like Udemy and stuff like that where you can just buy courses and literally take little online classes to learn stuff. Also, number 4. Now, number 4, I didn't know if I wanted to make this number 4 because this one is really different for everyone. But number 4, make as many connections as possible. I shouldn't be giving you this advice because I've been an introvert since birth. The whole reason why I started doing the Instagram social media stuff is because I didn't want to be bouncing from session to session, having to meet people. Like, that just sounded horrible to me. So I went the internet route and I did everything on my own because that's just the kind of person I am. But as I made a name for myself and built myself up, I did meet people along the way that hooked me up. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have the label budget, but you know, maybe you did something for somebody who happens to do artwork and now you're cool with them. They're going to hook you up. They're either going to hook you up with a good price. They're either going to do stuff for you for free, favor for a favor kind of stuff. You never know what kind of connections you can make. You meet somebody at school, you meet somebody in college, and they know how to do videos, they know how to do photos, so now they're taking pictures of you for your album, stuff like that. You know, the music industry, like, it's all about connections. If you're friendly and you make some good connections, you just got to be nice. You got to offer stuff for people. I know, like with me, TikTok, there's been a few people who, you know, I give them free beats for their YouTube channel or something like that, and in return they'll probably use some of my sounds in their TikToks, and that'll help my music get promoted. But it's always organic. It's never like, hey, if I send you this, will you do this for me? It's more like, hey, I really like the stuff you're doing. Here's some free beats to use in YouTube videos or whatever like that. Boom, next thing you know, they're using those beats in their Instagram videos and tagging you and stuff like that. And boom, now you got some more publicity, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's number 4. Make some connections. Don't be afraid. There's a lot of people out there that can help you. Join a Discord. You could join my Discord if you want. A bunch of cool music producers. We got a few artists in there as well. And, you know, we just collab, we talk, and we help each other where we can. Now, number 5, kind of a curveball, but very, very important. Number 5 is do not skimp on the quality. I know most of these tips are about free this, free that, but there are some things that are worth paying for. All right, your music, for instance. If you're a rapper and you don't know how to mix vocals well, don't be afraid. Save up some money, take an extra shift or something, save up some money, get somebody to mix your stuff. Don't be afraid to buy beats. Don't waste all your time trying to learn how to make beats just because you don't want to pay other people for beats. I get it though. Definitely try to make your own beats. That's what I did. I started making my own beats when I used to rap, but if your beats are trash right now and you want to rap right now, you're going to have to buy some beats right now.
Then he said, look, if your beats is trash, you got to buy some beats.
How to make artwork, and you try it and it's just not that good. You realize you just maybe don't have the eye for this stuff. Please do not skimp out on the artwork. These things are like the most important things, at least to me. When I'm on Spotify, if the artwork is trash, I'm not going to want to click it. If the mix is trash, I'm going to...
If the artwork is trash, if the mix is trash, if the beats is trash,
I'm not going to want to listen to it ever again. If there's a thumbs down feature, I'm going to thumbs down it so it's not recommended to me again. Please, please, this is for having a low budget. It's not about being cheap. And I'm not a financial advisor, but once you start making money off of your music after utilizing the tools in this video, I understand if you have bills that need to be paid, sure, go pay your bills. But for the most part, just put all of that money you make in the beginning back into the music. Don't buy the new Travis Scott shoes, buy the new microphone, buy the new headphones. You know what I'm saying? Make smart decisions if music is really what you want to do. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and look down on people and how they spend their money. But if you do have the money to pay for higher quality things, whether it be artwork, your mix, whatever it is, do that. All right. Don't skimp out on it. Don't say, oh, no, I can do this. And then you do it bad when it could have been better if somebody else did it. But yeah, that's my list. Sorry if it was long. I hope you learned something. I hope you got something from this video that you can utilize right when you in the video. If not, don't stop here. Go watch some more videos. There's a bunch of people giving good advice on here on how to promote your music. The journey doesn't end with this video. I also have a bunch of other videos as well dedicated to like Spotify and playlists and all that kind of stuff. So you can check all that kind of stuff out on my channel. Thank you for watching. If you like that, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you want to see some more. If you don't have DistroKid, hit that link, go get it, 7% off with my affiliate link, and go stream the music. You know what I'm saying? Go L.Diary on all streaming platforms. If you're new to me, go check out my music. Go check out the stats. You know what I'm saying? See if this guy knows what he's talking about. Go check out my TikTok and see how I've built that thing up from scratch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a marketing expert. I just know it.
But yeah, shout out to bro, man. There was 5 ways to actually promote your music. And that was 2022. So we should have did 2025. I'm going to jump back on later and do some more. We got 35 minutes in of the Urfgod Show, man. Y'all tune in to the News You Can Use podcast. Follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok, follow the Twitch, follow everything. We will be doing 24-hour streaming. Me and D-Class probably be jumping on the next one. Game for sale. We will be structuring the podcast again. We will be bringing in new hosts. We will be having more interviews. But right now, go check out the interview we did recently with my boy Lindrum. We got the drum takeover. Then we got another one that we did with him and his boys, man, where they're promoting some real, very, very important for Africa. So y'all need to tap into the News You Can Use podcast. I'm the host of the most big surf guy. Y'all already know. I'm out.